What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 things that I wish that I had known before starting a woodworking business. Let's dive in. All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Vaught, and I'm so excited that you're here. This is the channel on YouTube that is going to help you grow your woodworking business. Listen, there are tons of channels that are going to teach you how to build stuff. That is not our purpose. Our purpose is to help you with business principles to help you grow your woodworking business. And so here are 5 things that honestly I wish that I had known before starting my woodworking business. Some of these are good and some of these are bad, but let's dive in. Number 1 is I wish that I had known that starting and running a business is more difficult than 90% of W-2 jobs. Okay, what do I mean by that? When you start and run a business, it's going to require a lot of you. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a grind at times. You're going to have really crazy highs and really crazy lows, and you're going to not really be able to turn it off, so to speak. And your brain's going to be running 24/7, and that is sometimes a good thing and sometimes a bad thing in starting your own business. The reality is that most people aren't cut out to own their own business. It's not a good move for them to do that. I'll be honest with you, there are definitely times that I've been like, man, it would be way easier if I just had a normal job, that I just went and clocked in and clocked out when I left. But there are definitely some positives that kind of outweigh that negative of starting and running your own business. But when it comes to starting a business is extremely difficult. That's what you need to know. You're going to have to get a lot better if you want your business to actually succeed. So I don't know where you're at right now as far as how much business acumen you have, how much knowledge you have, how much wisdom you have around business. But most likely, most people that start a business are really good at the thing that they want to do. So if that's woodworking, or if that is you're a great baker, so you want to start your own bakery, or you're great at cooking, whatever that thing is, most people that start a business are really good at the thing, but they're not good at the business principles. But here's the thing, once you get good at the business principles, you can start and open and run any kind of business and find success. But the business principles, how do I get leads? How do I get sales? How do I get really good at fulfillment and getting this stuff out the door? How do I make sure that I have a positive reputation and I don't burn customers and I don't treat people bad? These are some of the principles that you've got to have. You got to understand cash. You got to understand money and how cash flows in and out of the business, right? But starting and running a business is more difficult than 90% of W-2 jobs. And most people should not start a business. They should probably keep their job unless you want to start a business small as a side hustle, which I would highly recommend. Now, number 2, I mentioned this briefly already, but you do not get to clock out of a small business. When you start a business, you do not get to just say, yep, I'm not handling any of this, I'm done. There are days that you need to set aside to rest, but for the most part, you're going to be on most of the time. Okay, so you need to just know that going into it. With this commitment to start a business, we don't get to just throw our hands up and say, yeah, that's not my job, because every job inside of your business is your job, my friend, when you start a business. Here's number 3, is your business plan will change as you go, and that's okay. This is one of the things that I didn't realize when I started. I wrote this, elaborate business plan about what we were going to do and how we're going to do it. And within 30 days, all that went out the window and we went a different direction, right? Because with business, we love to think we know exactly how the future is going to look, but we rarely do. And so you need to be able to adapt and pivot accordingly with your business plan. And you just need to be okay with the fact that it may look wildly different a month from now, or 6 months from now, or a year from now. You need to understand that life happens. The market does different things. What you thought the people wanted, they didn't want, but this thing over here really hits, so we're going to go this direction. Business plans change. They change dramatically, and you need to be okay with it. Here's number 4, and this one may be the most important, and that is that you need more leads than you think. So what is a lead, Zach? Well, a lead is just a person that's interested in your services, a person that's interested in your product. And what I see 99% of woodworking business owners struggle with that I talk to, the number one thing that I see that they're struggling with is that they do not have enough leads to get enough sales. You need more leads than you think. This is one of the number one things that we tackle inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program, is that immediately when somebody joins our program, they can expect anywhere from 50 to 80 new leads their first month inside of the program. And with this happens, you're talking to customers every single day. You're giving quotes out every single day. If you're doing this, you're going to close more deals, right? Most people, they talk to 2 to 3 to 5 people a month. And if they land a couple of those sales, woohoo, they're excited, right? But you're never going to be able to scale or grow a business without dramatically increasing your lead flow and the amount of people that you talk to. So cannot emphasize this enough. You need to be increasing your lead flow. You need to be talking to way more leads. Now, This is the fifth one, and this may be the most fun one about owning a business or starting a business, and that is that you have unlimited earning potential, so dream big. Dream big. The thing about being an employee is that somebody else is always dictating how much you're worth, what your value is. I remember I worked for a company in 2019 and 2020. I made a good salary, but I remember, and by the way, I did not have a great relationship with this owner, but I remember him looking at me one day and being him just basically saying, "You're not really worth more than this salary. Call me vain or call me arrogant or whatever you want," but I was like, "I think I'm worth a lot more than this salary." But in his mind, he got to determine how much I got paid because he was the owner. And that is one of the benefits of being a business owner, is that you kind of get to call the shots. But sometimes you can mess up and you can call the wrong shots and you can lose really valuable people. But I went on to go do my own thing, and now I make astronomically more money than he was telling me that I was worth while I was in that business, right? And so with being a business owner yourself, there is unlimited earning potential. You know, one of the things that, just from a personal finance standpoint, you know, if you're a W-2 employee and you have a salary income or you have a fixed income, well, the way that you can make progress personally in your finances is that you're going to have to minimize your expenses and save money. Well, when you're a business owner, there is no cap on your income. So you can constantly be growing your income month over month over month, and you can expand exponentially. You can only save so much money. You can only go to zero on your expenses, right? But you can go to, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month or more as a business owner, and that dramatically changes your life, dramatically changes your lifestyle, dramatically changes your ability to invest, your ability to save money, your ability to take care of your family. It dramatically changes all of those things. And so I say that just to say, you can dream big. You have unlimited earning potential as a business owner. When I first started, I couldn't dream that big because I didn't know what was possible. I was dreaming. I'll never forget this. When I first walked in, I opened up my business LLC for my woodworking business. I sat down at the bank to open my bank account, and the banker said, "Well, you know how much money is going to be flowing in and out of this account every month?" And at the time, it was like $3,000, like $2 or $3,000 a month. And I was like, I remember looking at him and be like, hopefully, someday we'll be seeing more than $10,000 a month flowing in and out of this business. Like, I remember that was the extent that I could dream at that point. And now I'm dreaming about owning businesses that are doing $100,000 or $200,000 a month on a consistent basis, right? And so it's very hard to dream about numbers that big when you're just starting out, but what is a stretch goal for you? What is a stretch dream for you? Like, if you're doing $1,000 a month right now, what would it look like to get to 10,000? If you're doing 10,000, what would it look like to get to 50,000? And so stretching your goals, stretching your dreams, that is the beauty of being a business owner. And it challenges you. You have great days, you have bad days, but these are the 5 things that I wish that I had known before I started my woodworking business. And so if this is helpful to you, be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. Guys, this is my 354th podcast episode. I have talked about everything that you can possibly talk about with woodworking businesses on my podcast, the Handmade Business Secrets podcast with Zach Vaught. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure to go check that out as well. Other free resource for you today as well is the Handmade Business Secrets ebook. It's the first link in the description below. If you haven't read that book yet, be sure to go check that out. It's about a 95-page ebook. It's completely free to you. All you gotta do is enter your name and your email address, and we'll get that sent over to you. So with that being said, guys, love and appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.